and he'll be delighted to get to his first final, hopefully one of many. They were comfortable over the two legs. Forest really disappointed, lacked real quality and probably belief. But United dominated from start to finish, 2-0, very, very comfortable, especially when they upped the pace in the second half. A couple of substitutions comes on, made all the difference.
Yeah, we talked pretty much about his midfield options, which had been depleted, but he still had plenty of options, and actually it was his attacking options that changed the game, really.
Yeah, I mean, you look the way Forest set up in the first half. They were very defensive, and I thought that they nullified all Manchester United's attacking threats that they had with Garnacho and Anthony. They were very, very quiet. Then you look at the changes that came. You bring Marcus Rashford on, you bring Sancho on. I mean, it was different dimension. Forest made changes, and it probably unsettled those. They didn't have the same shape as what they probably had in the first 60 minutes, where they looked very compact, looked very comfortable in defence, and it was hard for Manchester United to break down. But then the game changed, started getting a little bit stretched, and then the Martial goal was a little bit fortunate, and Fred finished it off, which was a comfortable night in the end for Manchester United.
Yeah, and Forest were always up against it, but again, Doss, they still gave really bad goals away.
Yeah.
You know, again, self-inflicted over the two games. When you look at it, it was going to be tough enough against United anyway, but to give him a helping hand in some of the goals again tonight, poor defending, not smelling danger, giving the ball away cheaply, again, self-inflicted.
As you said, that has been a recurring pattern from the fourth minute of the first leg, really.
Yeah, they never quite recovered from that. And United, considering us obviously a cup semi-final over two legs, I bet United can't believe how comfortable it was. In Forest, listen, they lacked a bit of confidence, obviously, and real even belief tonight, considering they're in the same league. It's as if they competition of the season, you've reached the final. You must be delighted.
It's not about reaching the final, it's about winning final. So we are in a good direction. Of course, tonight we are happy with reaching the final, but also we have to be some critical about first half. We are not happy with that. Second half was much better, so the dynamic and the tempo was much better. But now we bury the cup, and we're looking forward to Saturday, and a big week is coming up.
In a semi-final, though, 5-0 on aggregate, that's pretty comprehensive. Overall, you're pretty happy with what you've seen over the two legs?
I think when we oversee this round, I think we deserved to go into the final, and which is good. I think especially our performance last week on the City ground was quite well. Tonight, first half, what I said wasn't that great, but okay. Sometimes also you have some halves, and it's good. Finally, we win the game and scored 2 goals again, a clean sheet. So we make some rotation. The clean sheet is also good for Tom Heaton, that he is in the team, had a great save in the end, and produces a clean sheet.
And Anthony Martial, it was great to see him. He got the important goal, and he looks fit and fresh, which is good to see at this stage of the campaign.
Yeah, we know what Anthony Martial can do if he is fit, and he isn't even fit because. So imagine if he's 10 games after each other, he's on board. Then I think you will see a totally different front line, and you will see a totally different Anthony Martial. I think a much better Anthony Martial.
The fans were delighted to see Jadon Sancho. They were singing his name as well. Again, good to see him back after 3 difficult months.
It was great, the entree from Jadon on the pitch, and the fans who cheered him up and who gives him loud applause, and that's great for Jadon, and it sees how the fans, how they like Jadon Sancho, to give him this love. So we are happy with that, and we need that connection with the fans, and that is all season already growing, and so I hope we can keep going this process.
There are lots of games before the final in different competitions, but Manchester United Newcastle, just one word on that, it does look an exciting prospect at Wembley in a few weeks.
Definitely, it's a great final, but as you said, we buried the cup, and we focus on next week. Also, a great week is coming up.
Finally, that's 12 wins at Old Trafford in a row. I think that's the first time that's happened since Sir Alex Ferguson. I mean, this is obviously an incredibly daunting place for people to come again when they come to Old Trafford.
So it must be, and it has to be a fortress. But we have to acknowledge and also to see that we have to work really hard for that. That we have every time, every game, make an investment. So the 100% focus, the 100% energy, what you have to deliver, if you want to have to win. And so now we have to do the same for Saturday. Next home game is coming up.
Well, congratulations. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
Okay,
Take care.
If they could ever get a result or even a goal tonight, they'd 1 or 2 half chances, but United's quality and class told in the end.
Belief is very much back here, isn't it? And there would have been times maybe in the last couple of years, I mean, Roy will know from being here a lot, but in the last couple of years, 0-0 at half-time, I know they had the lead from the first leg, there would be grumblings and rumblings and stuff, but that seems to have disappeared.
Definitely, I mean 100%. You look at the togetherness that Erik Ten Hag has brought to the group of players, the staff, but I think the supporters as well. It's incredible how far he's brought them in a short space of time. They're on a magnificent run, and now they're going to Wembley for a final, which is a great start for Erik Ten Hag.
Here he is, Erik Ten Hag has joined us. Congratulations. Are you satisfied?
Of course, when you win this round, win the semi-final, go to the final, it's okay. And first half, it wasn't great. Be honest, I think it was professional how we played, but tempo was too low, too slow, and we didn't create chances, and we allowed them 2 good chances. So that must not happen. But I think second half was better, more tempo, and then also I think we made some good goals.
Do you know why the tempo wasn't as you wanted it in the first half? Is there an element of it being the second leg and going into a game 3-0
As you know, we are 3-0 up, and so don't give them the momentum. And of course, then be patient, pass the ball around. They are waiting for one chance to get into the game, to get back into this round. So don't give them that. And so we are searching for gaps. But I think they played well. They defended compact, and we didn't find the gaps.
Roy?
Yeah. No, Eric, you must have still been a little bit frustrated at half time, because you spoke since you've come to the job about setting standards and not letting that slacken off a little bit. So you must have been delighted also with the second half, with the options of the subs. And that's your message to the players: keep your standards in belief, hard work, and keep learning. They're your messages to the players.
Frustrated, that's a big word. I don't think frustrated, but you played, I think, many such games. You also have to be a little bit smart. Don't go and they set up a trap. Don't dive in. Don't give anything away, because at a certain point they have to come if they want to come back in the game. So keep the ball, keep passing around. But I think we should have done more in investment, like movements behind, like quick switches, things like that, and we didn't create that.
Erik, congratulations on your first final. Are you surprised it's come so quick? The turnaround that you've had at Manchester United has been absolutely magnificent. So quick in your reign here.
That question was said before. I don't know. We just want to improve every day, and I think we have a good squad. So we have to demand the high standards, we have to control the high standards, and we are not matching the standards. We are not happy, we are not satisfied, and so with the first half we're definitely not satisfied. I just told the players as well. So you have to bring it every game, that has to be the intention, and we are united, and when you're a United player you have to match the standards.
Pre-match you were asked about the midfield options because of the injuries that you've had. Tonight we saw the real plentiful options you have in attacking positions now, when you have everybody fit and available.
That's true, but we know that. But the problem is they are not always available until now, and I think we have to do. We did a lot of compromises during the season so far. So hopefully we come to a point that they are available, and if we want to win trophies, they have to be available. Because you need them all, because we have so many games to cover, and also you see tonight you can do something from the bench. You can bring in a different dynamic from the bench.
And on that, just on a tactical note, did you give Jadon Sancho a different role when he came on and moved Bruno out wide? And if so, what was the thinking behind that?
I think we have done it before, but Bruno out, and you get also different dynamic in the team, and that is what we intended to do. And with Jadon, I know he can play as a 10 as well. He can play as a winger, he can play as a 10. But I think also we mix it often around, and that is what I like. But the position has to be occupied. It's about that. The players has to keep the discipline to do that, because otherwise it's going to be a mess.
And you mentioned all the games coming up, but isn't that a great sign for Man United? A busy fixture list, busy schedule. That means you're competing in the competitions and you're going to be playing midweek games. To me, that's a nice problem to have.
So it is. It's a luxury problem, but it has how we want it. And I think also what is normal for a club as Manchester United to play every third day. And we have to deal with it, but we are looking forward. The most players are keen on playing games better than training. And for us, make every next game a better game as the previous one.
And finally, before we let you go, I know you will only look as far as the next game, but the final is going to be some final against Newcastle at the end of this month with two fan bases who are desperate for trophies.
Of course, we're looking forward. It's great go to Wembley to go face Newcastle United, which is a great team, but it's far away for us now. I just said we bury the cup. We're looking forward to the Premier League Saturday, Crystal Palace.
And if you have any spare tickets for the final, you let me just two complimentaries, I hope. Yes.
I can.
Thank you.
I think so, Roy. No problem.
Okay. I'm sorry about him. Okay. Thank you very much for coming and joining us. Really appreciate your time. I tell you what,
complimentaries. Well, I'm not paying. You know.
you might be working. Yeah. You don't know.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's true. Is this called working? It is, right.
He does play that very straight role. Oh, Tom Heaton's joined us as well. Just a word on Ten Hag. Tom, take that. I'm just in the middle of a question. And I'm sorry. But that's all right. He treads that fine line between praise but also always demanding improvement.
Well, that's what good managers do, and he's made the point. He's come to Man United to be competing.
That's right. It is exactly
no bad
right.
stories. No bad stories.
I'm just thinking of a few over there.
I'm sure you were.
I've had a few glares over the years. I can promise you that. But no, I was. That's exactly right. Yeah.
And you're back now. And you started against Charlton, didn't you? And started tonight. What's the dressing room like now? Because this club has waited a while for a trophy.
Yeah, that's right. I think we're all very aware of that. Obviously, I arrived back about 18 months ago. But this season certainly been taken on to the next level again. We're certainly transitioning up to where we want to be. Obviously, the manager and his staff are a big part of that. But the players are taking it on, and there's a really, really good atmosphere at the minute. I think there's a lot of momentum at the minute. It's been a key word here, trying to get this back to a real fortress as how it was over the years. And the lads are taking it on, and there's a lot of positivity at the minute. No one's getting carried away, but there's a real good flow to how we're going about it.
When you talk about atmosphere and squad morale, how much has that come from the manager? How much has that been an inner squad thing, policing themselves and going, look, what it's been like in the past has not been good enough?
Yeah, there's a fair bit of him setting the boundaries of what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. He's put consequences with that, and he's been very, very clear. I think as players, you can respond to that. Everyone knows, what you can do, what you can't do, and I think we've just, the footballing ideas he's got across have been good so far. So it's gathered momentum as we've gone, and I think, as I say, it is a really good feel at the minute. But it's important that we keep it up.
Happy with your save, Tom? Just big save. I bet you're glad just to get a couple of shots under your belt.
I think
you've not
that's
played
right.
much lately, so
that's exactly right, Roy. I think
good save or a bad miss.
I knew you'd be on me there.
It was straight at you, But
yeah, the first one was. I'll give you that. But I think just patiently waiting for the opportunity. I think the Charlton game was nice to sort of get off the mark. Of course, a slight frustration of not getting more opportunities. But for me, I always look insular and try and do more yourself. The manager gave me the opportunity last time out. Another one tonight. You try and make the most of it. Thankfully, 2 clean sheets, and I'll be raring to go. And hopefully next time it comes out.
See, Tom, you've listened. Honestly, I'm not giving you too much praise, but you've always been a good pro, and you need that when you come in for Man United to get 1 or 2 opportunities you've got to take. You've done it well tonight, so well done.
Cheers. Thanks very much.
Tom, has this been a dream for you, where you started and now you come back at your latter stage of your career, if I can say that to you? I know when you get older, to come back to a place like this.
Can I just say, it's these two keep putting you away. Thanks for joining.
We're older than you, Tom. It's all right, I've been there, but we say you're living the dream, as you say. It's coming back to Manchester United.
No, you're right, Dawes. I know where you obviously spent a lot of time here as a kid. We had some fantastic times. I think one of my frustrations was not playing and not being part of it. So obviously I went away and played a lot of games at different places.
Mr. John O'Shea's phone will be buzzing people asking him for tickets to the big occasion.
Don't say that, sorry, don't say that.
I'm not advertising you do that, by the way. I'm just imagining what might happen. Shazy, it was a thoroughly professional job, but we said at half-time it was a bit of a niggly first half. There were a few fouls, and there were a few chances for United and 1 or 2 for Forest as well, but in that second half we managed to wrestle control, and 2 really good goals as well, Martial and Fred.
Yeah, total control really, and obviously when the substitutions were made, we spoke about it beforehand, the options that the manager had on the bench to if and when they were going to come on and get some minutes. It was brilliant to get that, but yeah, look, when I mean it was really total control in the second half. It was, you'd say 50-50 the first half, but United, I think, went up to maybe 3rd or 4th gear in that second half and took total control and saw the game off comfortably.
Good for Martial to get on the score sheet, back in the team, back with a goal.
Yeah, back with a goal, and obviously, given that manager, obviously Weghorst has come in and done okay, done well. It's been tough to come into like a new club like that, and straight away been asked to. It's credit to him straight away coming in. His fitness levels have obviously been good, and he's come in and done a good job. But now Martial, he was looking very sharp before his latest little injury hiccup, but hopefully now him coming back, Jadon Sancho coming on, and obviously Marcus was probably a little bit unfortunate he didn't get on the score sheet as well.
It was great to see Martial back for a number of reasons, but Eric, in the press conference before last, said of Martial, we play our best football with him in the team. You can see the way he links up with Marcus particularly. They've got a great bond, but also with Anthony, with Bruno from midfield. He's great at knitting things together as well as scoring the goals. Yeah,
the little intricate combinations that they were trying in the second half. Okay, some of them didn't come off, but a lot did come off, and it was great to see. And it's just the confidence that's kind of buzzing through the squad at the moment. Looks very positive, and as we mentioned, if you're not performing now, with the kind of massive games coming up, whether it be a League Cup final and big Premier League games in Europe starting again, it's lots to look forward to. And look, as I mentioned, the quality in the squad, but more importantly, when the manager's picking a starting 11, he's going strong from the start, and then to be fair, the team's producing.